Hello, everyone. Sorry, that was my attempt at doing the Kermit the Frog greeting. I don't know what that came out as, but hello, everyone. Welcome back to my playthrough of Warcraft 3 Reforged. Before we continue, we need to take a moment to talk. So, some time has passed since the last part in this playthrough. I took a bit of a hiatus from recording this for a couple of reasons. One, as is usually the case with many games that I notice when they first get released, they sometimes are lacking some polish, and you sometimes need to just kind of step away from the game and let the people who worked on the game patch it up to try and make it more stable and work better, smoother, and then you can just have a much more enjoyable, smoother experience playing the game later on once they have done that. This has been the case with numerous games that I have played in years, to the point where my tendency is to... It's very rare when I pick up a game and play it at launch, when it releases. It's rare for me to do that, because my past experience has just taught me just to hold off, because it'll get patched and get better. It'll run smoother. Bugs will be fixed, and more content like DLC and such will be added later. And then you could also get the collection or whatever of the entire game with all the DLC released. And sometimes it'll go on sale with that collection, and you can pick it up even cheaper. So that's just kind of like been my usual tendency at times. The other reason I put this off is because I was kind of hoping the heat from this game was going to die down. So, for those of you who perhaps are not aware, there has been a lot of negative talk and feedback about this game. It's mainly due to a number of things that people said that, they've even shown. Things that devs had apparently said and promised that they were going to put into the game, and it wasn't in the game at launch. Now, as I said, my thing is, well, maybe it just wasn't ready at launch, but it'll be added later. And this has been the case with numerous games over the years, where some things are just not ready yet, and they'll release the game, and they plan on adding that later, but then people get an uproar about how come it wasn't ready at release, and, the issue then becomes how much they charge. Because when they do that, and it's a game they charge $60 at full price right up front, that's a problem. Games like Evolve, or Sea of Thieves, or No Man's Sky are examples of this. Now, I don't think Warcraft 3 Reforged deserves to be in the same category as those games. But then again, it's also worth noting that a number of the things I've seen people complain about are things not related to the single-player campaign. Now, some of them are, such as the lack of completely redone cinematics and such for this game. The cinematics, with one or two exceptions, are basically exactly the same, except for a visual quality, basically bumping it up from back in the day. I guess it was 240p or 480p up to the high 1080 HD that we're used to nowadays. So a rendering buff, or that kind of thing, which I'm okay with. Do I wish some of the cinematics in this game had been redone to make it more modern looking? Yes. But at the same time, am I okay if they just simply get a quality buff? If they are already really, really good cinematics? Sure. The thing is, I was not someone who was asking all that much, and many of the things people are talking about in terms of multiplayer stuff, online stuff, all that stuff is something I have no interest in. I was never interested in Warcraft 3 when it came to multiplayer. I don't care about multiplayer in Warcraft 3. I'm not saying and I say that not implying that doesn't mean anything, that that's not important. It is, for those who absolutely love it. I'm just saying that if you're looking to see whether or not I'm upset about that. I'm not, because it's not something I'm any interested in and I don't care about it. Because the single player story is all that mattered to me. And I've been enjoying it so far. Now, I know some people were disappointed at the lack of what they want it to be, a proper remake instead of simply a remaster. But when you look at some of the things they've done, there are a number of things that they actually have remade. You know, like the models here on the screen, for example. Those aren't just simply like a remaster or anything. They had to redo a number of these models. Plus, another thing for me is the technical aspect. Recording the original game for this was a technical pain in the butt for me. The playthrough that I did was a pain. You can even see it. And a number of the videos they have issues because of the technical problems I ran into with the game, especially when it came to trying to run the cinematics within the game. Yeah. And not to mention the changing of my computer settings when it came to things like the resolution and other screen aspects. I just wanted them to up the technical quality of this game. Now, it was, there were some technical issues, but since then some patches have come out since the last time I played this. So I'm hoping it's going to run even smoother than before. It is worth noting that when I first booted up, it seemed a little choppy, but then I exited the game, rebooted up, and it was fine. So, I don't know. Also, it's worth noting that my save files apparently were not working, which is why it's a good thing that the last time we did this was right at the beginning of this mission, because I could just go to this mission. It didn't erase my progress for the campaign. It just simply made it where I couldn't load the save I had made. So, I just started the mission again, remade the save, just in case, because it's a new version of the game. So, yeah. I'm not upset about Warcraft Reforged like many other people are. That's kind of my point. I am, I am fine with this version. Would I have wanted more? Sure. But am I satisfied with what we got? Yes. Because I remember what it was like running the original game. And compared to the original game, this has been running so much better for me from the standpoint of someone trying to create content here on YouTube. From a technical standpoint. It is, I will say though, it is a bummer that they basically made it where you couldn't play the old version of the game. Like, they basically made it where this overtook the original version of the game, which is a shame. That was the case. So I will acknowledge that. But if you're looking to see if this is going to be someone bashing this game, you're at the wrong channel. Because I love Warcraft 3, and so far I've been thoroughly enjoying this. And I intend to keep enjoying this, as well as continue to lend more extra thoughts and such about this, considering my extra knowledge that I have about this game now compared to when I first played it, because I was brand new to WoW in general back when I first played Warcraft 3 on this channel. Whereas now I am far more knowledgeable about this than I was back then. When we get to the level where we help have Tyrande break Illidan out of his prison, I will be sharing a whole lot more going forward from there, especially in regards to Illidan. But we'll get there when we get there. For now, what do you say we try to recreate the marching of the Scourge through Eversong Woods to the Sunwell? Let me go ahead and turn the game audio back up since the music was running. There we go. Alright. Let's get our base going. Back already, Sylvanas. Well, I'll just have to kill you again. So we have 3 meat wagons, a number of ghouls, and a couple of necromancers. Raise the dead. And now I've got some skeleton warriors. Yes! The Scourge! Forgive me for gushing about this.
Summoning is complete.
Let me turn the game audio up. I realized it was really low. Alright, so those guys are working on that. Hold on. You. Oh. Okay, there's a bit of the choppiness I was referring to. So it is a tad bit choppy right now. Alright, let's see. So we have a gold mine. Let's get a crypt. Let's get a graveyard. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. He can just go ahead and, I forgot, I'm playing Protoss. Spread the creep. Alright. So, this map and these next few missions are a bit odd because we're not exactly marching through Eversong like we do in, or like it shows in WoW. We are having to resort to other tactics in order to actually make our way there. So, and the reason for this is because, well, this is an RTS video game, so.
Summoning is complete.
Ghouls, get to work. Wagons over here. Altar of Darkness.
Summoning is complete.
So right here. Alright, so we've got a graveyard up.
Summoning is complete.
We demand additional lumber.
We also need more, ziggurats.
Summoning is complete.
Gotta get that supply cap up.
Summoning is complete.
Research complete.
Alright, so.
Summoning is complete. Summoning is complete.
Hall of
is
the
complete.
Dead.
Summoning is
okay,
complete.
so let's go ahead and start upgrading that so I can get the other 2 buildings there. The temple and the slaughterhouse.
Summoning is complete.
So the ghouls. Let's start spreading where we're collecting lumber from.
Research complete.
standing there like, do you want me to do something? Alright, let's see. Set these up just in case I get attacked. I guess you would, like, if you were to ask, what's your usual playstyle when it comes to RTS games? I'm someone who enjoys the base building aspect a lot more than the quick, make tons of troops and go, go, go. I know there's lots of, like, StarCraft players that have a tendency to play that way. That's never really been my playstyle. I enjoy, like, building my buildings and building up my base, doing upgrades, making this, you know, base as strong as it can be. So, like, I think that's called a turtler, I think. I might be using the wrong terminology, but I guess if you were to ask me, my playstyle would probably be turtler, I guess. I'm curious, unless it's like, use the... Yeah, the idea is that we're going to use the meat wagons to go clear these. The issue is that I got to be careful not to just send them on their own to do that because they could get attacked, because Sylvanas and her forces are still out there. I'm going to have to... You know, just in case I run into problems, which hopefully that won't be the case because I'm playing on story difficulty.
Upgrade complete.
Alright, we have a Hall of the Dead, which means now we can get a temple. Let's get that up and going. And we can also get a slaughterhouse. Alright, and now you, for now, go ahead and go back to helping get more gold. I think we are fine for now. Alright, let's go ahead and save again. I don't even know what to call this. Ouch. At this point, I may as well just delete all the saves that are there, because from what I can tell, none of them work. So. Also, apparently those were the only upgrades? Well, that'll change as we progress through this campaign. As the Scourge continues to grow and become stronger. Alright. So,
Summoning
these guys
is
here. Meanwhile, the meat wagons.
Summoning is complete.
Okay, you chill there for now. Let's go check our new buildings. Now they're up. Get more necromancers. Adept training, sure. Skeletal longevity. Yeah. More meat wagons. Alright, Arthas. I'm sorry, Death Knight Arthas. Scout ahead. Well, hello, elven villager. Okay.
Research complete.
Oh boy. Okay, so there's a goblin merchant. And of course, as goblins usually, you know, would be the case with them. They don't care about, you know, helping elves or anything. They just want whoever pays. Let's get a couple more units ready to join. Let's scout this way. Yah, invincible! Yah! More elven villages. Puh! Elves. Never trust elf!
Research complete.
Kudos if you get where I referenced that from. I'll give you a hint. And my ox. Roast salted pork. Alright. So Arthas, of course, is going to be like the bulky, tanky part of this. The idea is that we're going to we're going to use their own troops against them. That's why the necromancers are here. What? Okay. Okay. Just to be sure you all... Alright. Let's go! Actually, hold on. Before we do that... Ah! Our forces are under attack! And of course the meat wagons completely annihilate them. We shall free these goblin merchants. The ghouls charge on ahead. We shall Scroll of Town Portal. LOL. All the jokes of other Blizzard games. Hey, what are you doing? Get over there. Thank you for providing us with more troops. The Scourge! Leveled up. Death Pact. Woo! Well, here's a possible expansion. Now what is down here? Oh my! Mud golems! The necromancers are like, nope! Let's see. Ha! More elves. Aha. It appears this might be the main way to go. Press forward, Scourge. Well, hello, Sylvanas.
Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
Alright, how about you guys just focus on these trees to clear up your path? Pathfinding! It's just like with the Dragoons back in the original StarCraft. We don't know where to go!
Our forces are under attack.
The amount of skeletal warriors that are up right now. Woo. Go. Go, my army. That's the Lich King watching this, getting all, you know, enjoying what he's seeing. Yes, my army. My champion. Whoa. Okay. There appears to be some audio issues. I will be back and try to fix that. Apologies. I will see you guys in a moment.